new revelation on the mark of the beast and the Bitcoin currency, and the fall of the US dollar, and the case to discontinue the use of the US dollar as the main currency of the world, and for cryptocurrency, and for mainly a digital currency, like for a one world currency like the Bitcoin and the BRIC'S dollar. Especially for the Bitcoin currency, which is becoming the world's favorite cryptocurrency, and the new digital currency of choice, and the BRIC'S dollar, that is now with its digital units. Friends, the Bitcoin is a form of currency that only exists digitally. And this kind of digital money, it doesn't usually have no central issuing or regulating authority. But instead it uses a decentralized system to record transactions, and to manage the issuance of new units, or newly created digital money or units, and which relies on cryptographs to prevent counterfeiting and fraudulent transactions. Via virtual digital currencies such as the Bitcoin currency, which had hit the mainstream financial market in 2014, when there were many Bitcoin ATM startups, and when many of the people in the nation sprung into action and they were buying up the Bitcoin currency, and also many other digital currencies all over the world. And this was allowing many people to exchange their cash for their favorite cryptocurrencies, and which now can be used to secure digital payment outside of many conventional markets, and also in every financial institutions, such as the stock market, and also which was adapted across many social media platforms, and also by many nations, and by their governments and their NGOs. And also by many financial institutions and governments, and also by many nations of the world, such as the newly launched BRIC'S financial system, which is also known as the BRIC'S currency, and which is now adapted now by 159 nations to date, and whom have developed their version of a cryptocurrency, like that of the USA, and the SWIFT financial system, and also which have the financial backings of the US dollar, and also the backings of the U.S. Federal Reserves, and the IMF, and the World Bank, and also which many of the would-be billionaires and the secret millionaires, and many seeking to be wealthy, are now abandoning the U.S. dollar for the Bitcoin digital currency. And while the American monetary system is slowly being phased out, and it is silently being abandoned by the other nations of the world, and also by the BRICS nations. And now the Bitcoin currency is now rapidly becoming predominantly the dominant currency in the world. And perhaps it would be the number one currency. Friends, I believe that this would kill off the US dollar, indefinitely, and it would soon be abandoned the BRICS nations, because many nations are now thinking about divesting themselves from the US dollar, and they are embracing the BRICS as a one world digital currency, which is similar to that of the Bitcoin currency, which is a digital cryptocurrency which is not governed by the USA. Friend, many financial companies, including some of the world's richest companies, and also some of the world's wealthiest people, have been investing in cryptocurrencies. And they are divesting themselves of the US dollar, and also they are investing in gold, and also into the other digital currencies, like President Donald Trump, and also like so many others whom are amassing billions of coins and digital cryptocurrencies. And also there are many companies which have gained immensely by buying large amount of cryptocurrencies, and also by adding the Bitcoin to their financial portfolios, and also by buying many other cryptocurrencies. And it is mainly because of the coming together of the nations of the world to implement the mark of the beast, and because of their collusion to bring about a one world government and also a one world currency, and because they want to introduce this kind of currency as the mark of the beast, as the Bitcoin currency and also the BRIC'S currency would soon be combined together to form a one world's currency, and also as the mark of the beast currency, thus introducing the mark of the beast. And here is a little history about the origins of the Bitcoin currency, and also about the origins of the Thai baht, and also about the Satan, which sound like the name Shaitan, and which is, I believe, is the forerunner to Shaitan currency. Friends, the baht currency has become the world's poster child for the Bitcoin currency, and also of the founding of the Bitcoin, which they copied from Thai Satan, meaning Shaitan coins. And this is the information that was first recorded from the era from 1910 to 1915. and which was some of the information which came from the Thai census, and which came about because of their profitability reports, and from the invention of the satang, and the baht currency, which literally means Satan coins, and which came to be a portmanteau word for the Bitcoin word, which meant Satan's portion, which is the word which meant Satan portion, and which was the hundreds of thousands the Thai baht Satan coins, which was the portion of the coins allotted for Satan, and which was the word which was derived from the original Thai word which came to be the portmanteau word, meaning Sata, and which meant Satan, and also which was derived from a Pali word for the word coin, and for the word money, and also for the added suffix, which was formed the word ang, which meant hundreds of thousands of portions of coins for Shaitan, and which was the division of the hundreds of coins that were the allotted portion and the monies that were being allotted for Satan, and which meant Satan's portion, and which were the thousands of coins that was divided up into hundreds and thousands of coins for Satan, and which were the coins that was allotted for Satan's portion, and which can also be interpreted to mean hundreds and thousands of Satan's currencies. And friends, the baht, or the Satang baht, is still around today. And it is the official currency of Thailand. And it is said to be divided up into hundreds of thousands of units, which is the coins allotted for Satang, meaning Shaitan. And prior to the decimalization, the Thai baht was divided up into units of 8, which was called the Fuan, and which was the units of the Thai baht which had 8 units. And with the issuance of this Shaitan baht, or Satang currency, it was the responsibility of the Bank of Thailand to monitor its distribution and its performance, and which later had its own SWIFT system. And from the time of the release of the Thai baht, and its SWIFT system, and Thai baht was ranked the 10th system in the world, and that it was mostly being used by cryptocurrency, and it was frequent by many countries besides the other nation for its monetary system that was being used in the world. And their system was the most frequently used for payment, and for conducting financial transactions, and also for offering services for all of the world's cryptocurrencies transactions as of December 2023. But now that the usage of the Bitcoin currency is on the rise, and it is nowhere greatly being used, and the Thai baht has being served as the model for the Bitcoin currency, and the baht Thai has being for some time now being the world's go-to cryptocurrency service since the baht symbol was being appropriated to the Bitcoin, and it was adapted by some other nations as the symbol for the newly created Bitcoin, which is a cryptocurrency with the symbol of Thai baht, which was a letter B, and which was being followed by the nations in the West, and also the EU, when they adapted the Bitcoin currency, and also the Bitcoin symbol, when they copied the sign of the letter B, for the Bitcoin and its representation, and which had a separate code that showed 6 points, and which was added to the newly founded Bitcoin symbol, which became the new Bitcoin sign that we see today, and which was a fancy Latin letter B, with 2 vertical strokes, which has being allocated in the Unicode standard for the Bitcoin that is in the standard of the Bitcoin icon. Friends, many of us never thought that the mark of the beast would become a part of a barcode or a readable computer chip, nor neither possibly this newly invented Bitcoin digital cryptocurrency that can be accessed via our computers, and also on our smart devices like our smartphones, and other electronic devices, and such as our smart tablets, and which can be accessed by being placed in our eyewear, and also in our smart watches and also other communication software. But who would have known that with the introduction of this newfound digital money like these cryptocurrencies like the Bitcoin and the BRIC'S blockchain currency, that the mark of the beast, that it would be forced upon us very soon, because it is now fully completed. And soon these financial tools would become the instruments of the mark of the beast, and also the coins of Satan, and the mark of the beast, and that it would be the secret coins of Satan. And this newly found cryptocurrency, which is now called the Bitcoin, and that our government would beginning to embrace it, because it would become the monetary instruments of the mark of the beast, and also likewise all its new methods of performing trades, and other financial services, and also with its computer systems to perform many of its transactions, like the American SWIFT financial system, and also like that of the newly introduction of the BRIC'S version of the US SWIFT payment system, which has been around for some time now, and which has been adapted by the BRICS nations up until now, when they have developed a system similar to that of the US SWIFT financial system, and which have given the people in the US and world the impression that the US dollar dominance is coming to an end, and that its power as the world's dominance is being greatly diminished. And it's because of the BRICS. But would you believe or even have any thoughts that these nations, that they are the conspirators of this massive cover-up? And that they are ones whom have made a deal with Satan to bring about the mark of the beast? And that with their secret deals with Satan that they would bring about Satan's currency by false flags event, and with wars and crises, and by killings, and by inventing a new currency, like Bitcoin, and others, and also a BRICS digital currency, and also a cryptocurrency that they very soon would be implementing when they introduce the mark of the beast upon everyone, and upon whomsoever it may be that is alive in E's world today. And that they would implement this digital currency such as the BRICS dollar, and also the Bitcoin currency, and which would become what I now believe would be Satan's portion, and also Satan's secret currency, and which I believe would be the coin of the world, and also what I believe would become part of the mark of the beast and the world's financial system, with also all the other coins and beside the gold and the digital currencies, but mainly the Bitcoin currency, which I believe would be used with also the BRICS dollar, and they would become this mark of the beast system with its own coins and its dollars, and its digital units, and which would be this one world digital currency, and also this secret mark of Satan, which is the mark of the beast, and which I believe was coined after the Taibut, and the Satan or Shaitan or Satan coin and currency, and which can nowadays also be coined the Satan or Shaitan bot, and or Satan's coins, or the mark of Shaitan, or Satan, or the mark of Satan, and also the coin of Satan or Satan, and also for a satanic controlled digital cryptocurrency, and also for a proverbial biblical mark of the beast, the mark 666. And friends, all the technologies and electronic devices are now here, like all the newly developed invention like the super fast computer, and also with AI trading bots, and also bots with super AI intelligence, and bota that can speak, and that can create digital animation, and also create digital currency from their trades, because of their super intellects, and with their lightning fast computing skills. And now it is possible with the advent with the creation of these technologies that it is now possible for our nation and also our government to implement the mark of the beast. Friends, whether or not it's one where the nations them that are a part of this one world monetary system of a newly created cryptocurrency, and this one world financial market that they can now mandate such a one world financial system, and its digital currency upon everyone, where all of our hard working cash would be all gone, and it all would just vanish and disappear, and becomes invisible, and it would become like one that would be created out of the tin air or being stored in the proverbial cloud and also in cyberspace. And for a digital currency that would now be the new currency of the future. And also it would become the currency of every nation. And also of everyone, and also one where most of the countries that are in the world would gladly embrace. And also it would be the currency of choice of many of the financial institutions, and also the coin of many, and even of the secret societies, and also of all the governments them of the nations that are in E's world. And that they would soon be mandating their newly found digital coins, and also their digital dollars, and also their monetary crypto policies upon all of us, like a mandatory usage of a one world cryptocurrency, and for one that is like the Bitcoin currency, and also like the digital currency that is being launched by the BRICS nations, and also for a currency that would come with all the different safeguards, like for one which would use facial recognition, and also our DNA, and also by one which they will use our biometrics, and also for a currency that will use electronics chips, and which can be implanted with barcodes and Q codes and numbers, and for a system which can be used by infrared and thermal scanner and also by other technologies. and which can be placed under one's skin, and also scanners that can be used to scan all kinds of RFID chips, and other computer chips which can be embedded in our palms, and which can be done with the aid of biometric scanners, and also with use of other scanners and for the scanning of our palm symmetry. And in order for us to buy and sell, and in order for us to save and to do electronic trades, and also to receive our weekly wages, and our monthly paycheck, and also for our monthly salaries, and also for our pensions, and also for our social security payments, and also for the offering of monetary help from others, even from our favorite charities, and also for government services like our tax refunds, and also for payment and for tips and for gifts, and also for other gratuities. Friends, and many of us would be left helpless and without having anything and not even having any jobs. Because many of our jobs they would be eliminated by humanoid robots, and also by android robots, and even by working fully sexual capable male and female robots, and also with the aid of smart machines, and by super intelligent AI, like chatbots like ChatGPT, and like others. And then we all would have to rely on humanoid robot with AI to survive. And also by our governments them, and also upon government vouchers. Because many of us would lose the ability to find work, and because of our refusal to take the mark of the beast, then we won't be able to help ourselves. And we all would have to rely on our government for a monthly income like some sort of a government financial aid like the poverty alleviation programs, and like the other government subsidies. Because many of us would be forced out of work. Because our jobs would all be eliminated by robots. And in order to survive we all would have to take the mark of the beast. Or we all would be forced to take the mark of the beast in order to take care of ourselves, and also our families. Friends, I believe that we still have a little time left before our world is forced to make this change. Because we aren't there just yet. Because the mark of the beast is not yet mandatory, but who knows? Maybe it is just around the corner. Maybe all it would take is a nuclear war. Or maybe the next pandemic. Like the biblical pox. Which would bring upon every sores and boils. And this would be on the population of this entire world. Similar to the dreadful monkeypox. Friends, this idea about the Bitcoin currency being part of Satan's mark of the beast system isn't too far-fetched. Friends, the book of Revelation has prophesied about the mark of the beast, and also about a time when this world would go through many events like these upcoming events. Because Elu'hymn have prophesied that they all would certainly come through. So my friends, let us all beginning to look up because he is soon to come. So let us beginning to get ready for his return, and also for the mark of the beast, and also for Satan's digital currency, because our lives as it stands does consist of this world's currency, and we all need money or wages and food and something to drink, and a place to rest. But most importantly we all need Elu'hymn. And we would need to be saved. Because we all need Christ, and also his salvation. And even though our government can help us in many ways more than one, only true salvation can be found in whom is the odd. And also whom is our salvation from Satan. And from the coming mark of the beast. Because he is our only salvation. And friends, he have already made all the preparation for all those that are his. Because he is whom is Christ. So let us all put our trust in Elu'hymn, instead of ourselves. Because our government will fail us. And when they do then all hell is going to break loose, and when all else fails, then he is our only hope of salvation. And because he has overcome we all shall also overcome also. Thank you. Hallelujah. The end. To be continued.